You're listening to Hold On, Let Me Save, a podcast about retro and indie games, hosted by FlannelKat and TheLetterTen. You can follow us on Blue Sky at holdonpod.bluesky.social. And now, on to the show. Hi there, and welcome to the first episode of Hold On, Let Me Save. This is a podcast where both myself and my co-hosts will be talking about retro and indie games. My name is Ten, aka TheLetterTen.
And I'm FlannelKat, but you can just call me Flannel out there. It's easier. Or Cat. It's your choice.
And before we get into anything, I'd like to take a moment to thank Alpha Chrome Yayo for letting us use this delightful song, Golden Guy Ghouls, during our intro to this podcast. There will be a link to his Bandcamp page for the entire album, Spectral Hands, so please definitely go check it out. And we're definitely glad you decided to spend time with us. So what are we talking about today in our podcast? Well, we're going to talk about one retro game and one indie game. Well, in this case, oh, sorry, Kat. What's up?
I just tried to interrupt you while you were talking. Let's go.
It's okay. If you have anything to say, just feel free to jump in. This is new to us, so we're just going on the seat of our pants here.
This is winging the first episode, folks. Congratulations. Welcome. You're here and you're listening to us, and we appreciate that.
Yeah. And our first retro game that we'll be talking about on our podcast is going to be Super Punch-Out for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. And the indie game, or in this case, indie games, but they kind of go hand in hand as one, is Princess Remedy in a World of Hurt and Princess Remedy in a Heap of Trouble. Two very fun games.
They end up being two pretty short games that kind of feel like one long experience at the end of the day. So we're like, yeah, let's immediately break our own rules and do two indie games.
Absolutely. This is going to be great. So let's just run through a little synopsis I've written down here for Super Punch-Out, since we're going to start off with that today. So our favorite world champion boxer, Little Mac, is back in Super Punch-Out, and this time the stakes couldn't be higher. You'll compete against 16 boxers from all over the world in 4 different boxing circuits. You'll come across some familiar and new faces as you'll make your way back to the top of the world. But watch out. You'll face some serious challenges as you weave, dodge, punch, and counter your way through each of the 16 matches. There are no rules and no rounds here. As Little Mac, you'll need to survive and take out each opponent within 3 minutes. If you're good enough, you can charge up your super meter and can unleash your powerful knockout punches. That's what's called in the manual. I checked. Are you brave enough to pick up the gloves and prove you're the toughest? So, Kat, let's talk about Super Punch-Out.
I would love to talk about Super Punch-Out. I loved this video game.
Me too. This is a game I played first time when I was in my teenage years, because unfortunately my dad did not buy me a Super Nintendo back in the day. He said something better would come out. He was wrong. And it's a fun game to revisit. What are your thoughts on Super Punch-Out?
So, like you, I played Super Punch-Out when I was, I'd like to say teenager, but this came out in what, 92, 93?
It came out
94.
94 in North America. It was actually a North American originally released game in North American region, and it came out in Japan for Super Famicom on a Nintendo Power Flash RAM cartridge. Not to be confused with Nintendo Power Magazine that was here in North America, but an actual flash cart you can take to kiosks and just load up whatever game was available on the kiosks, which is really cool for the time.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
I played this game when it was brand new. I never made it all that far when I was a kid because I was 10, but it's going back and replaying it now was a real joy because I am much better at video games than I used to be. So I was able to not just smoothly cruise through everything, but I was able to complete it for the first time. And it is just fun. And I know that's not the most descriptive thing in the world, but like the cast of fighters is creative. The fights are fun themselves, and they end up at the end of the day ending up just kind of being like half puzzle, half reflex. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was really fascinating.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what I've always loved about the Punch-Out games in general. I mean, we got the arcade versions. This is actually the second Super Punch-Out game because the first one was actually an arcade game. But I've always can call them first and foremost a puzzle game. While they have that sports theme, some people might just lump them in sports games or boxing games, but they're really not just that. Because I mean, you got to memorize moves. You got to watch out for the call outs that the opponents do, either audio cues or visual cues. it's really fascinating how everything is kind of constructed in Super Punch Out here. And getting through all the circuits is not an easy thing, because like the first circuit, which is the minor circuit, is kind of like a tutorial, really.
Oh
The
yeah.
whole first four fighters, starting with Gabby J, who's from France. I believe his only win was against, well, I'll get into that, but his only win was against Glass Joe, technically. But there actually is a canon thing that he actually beat, I believe, Nick Bruiser, according to a Nintendo Power Show. I couldn't confirm it. I looked online a lot. Couldn't confirm it, but apparently Nick Bruiser was like sick one day and Gabby J actually defeated him.
Yeah, if you look at Nick Bruiser, who is the final character in the game, if you look at his time leaderboard, there is an entry for Gabby J in there.
Yeah.
Or is it Glass Joe? But
It might be Glass Joe. I am so confused here. Yes, it is Glass Joe, not Gabby J. They're
yeah, it is
indistinguishable.
Glass Joe.
It is Glass Joe. You were absolutely right. See, I'm already getting things wrong on the first podcast.
And I believe Gabby's only victory was over Glass Joe.
Over Glass Joe. That's what I had it right. Yep. But yeah, there are some interesting fighters here. Some less than pleasant stereotypes in this game. With some of the fighters.
Like the MO for all 5 or 6 games is like, let's kind of lean into stereotypes and maybe some stuff that wouldn't fly as well nowadays.
No. It wouldn't either do well this day. Now, the manual for Super Punch Out mentions there's no illegal moves or punches in competing in the World Video Boxing Association, or the Nintendo Video Boxing Association, which is called in the English manual. Because I checked the Wii U version release, and it actually did call it the Nintendo Video Boxing Association. So you'll see things like holds, kicks, spitting, and other wild shenanigans happening in the ring. Especially when you get to some later fighters. Yeah.
Someone just brings a stick and hits you with it a lot, and he's really mean about it.
Yeah,
go ahead.
That's the fighter that I could not beat in this game. Spoiler, everyone, I could not finish this game. I got a lot further as an adult than I ever did as a kid. I couldn't even get past like the major circuit as a kid. I couldn't beat Mr. Sandman as a kid, but I got to pass Narcissus Prince, but I couldn't get past Hoi Quarlo from China.
Hoi Quarlo.
He's very fast, and I fought him for hours and hours and spent days and days and days. I looked up guides, I watched speedrunners, I watched YouTubers, and I could not figure out his patterns whatsoever.
He's a tough one. He's definitely, like, for me, he was the first roadblock of the game where it just felt like, this just feels impossible. And I went back and got through it, and don't worry, like, Rick Bruiser and Nick Bruiser also feel equally impossible. But I was able to beat all of this and get through it. But it's me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I actually got to watch you play this game. Kat actually is really good at this game. I know I'm not biased that she's my friend and my co-host or anything. She's actually genuinely really good at this game. But the reason I decided to kind of tangle us with Super Punch Out is one of my partners, Madeline. She actually is a big fan of Super Punch Out. I saw her playing this on the Switch, on Nintendo Online Classics. I think they rebranded it too. And I'm like, I used to love this game. I need to play this game again. And next thing I know, I'm playing the game. I played it at a convention. Brought my Switch, and I even loaded it on a little handheld device and played that on a little handheld. And this game is great. It's just I still got the music stuck in my head. The music isn't very memorable, really, but something about the music just makes me feel like a teenager again.
Oh yeah, no, just the regular, like, the fighting music, like the match music. That's a tune that just kind of lives in my head forever. And I don't have that much time logged with this video game, but I'll remember that tune forever. I remembered it back from when I was 10. I remember it here, and like, I mean, I guess those are the 2 times, but
yeah,
it never left me.
Yeah, it's just memorable. The results screen, when you're you're putting in your name and when it results, you put your name at the beginning and then it gives you the times and everything else. I remember that. I remember the little inputs when you get like when it gives you the results screen, like your score tally. And then if you get an extra life, the little chime it does. Also memorable are all the sound lines and the voice lines in the game, which are all done by Charles Martinet, which is a little surprising fact that I learned recently. It was actually his first thing he did for Nintendo, which is
Oh,
really cool.
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah. Yeah, he did Mario Teaches Typing after that, the same year in
Oh,
'94.
neat.
But he did,
I never attributed Pizza Cake to Charles Martinet.
yeah, that's him. He did all the voice for everyone. Gabby J, yay. And that's my favorite line in the entire game, right at the beginning. His yay is the best.
Yay!
And his pronunciation of all the different as the announcer of all the different fighters is really fun too.
Yeah.
And it's just a really well developed game from inside and out. I mean, I just wish it was a little bit easier for me, my personal taste, because I played Mike Tyson's Punch Out, later renamed just Punch Out or Punch Out, featuring Mr. Dream for the NES, and I actually got pretty far on that game. I can get mostly to the end. I get to the final fight, and I can't beat the final fight. But here, I couldn't even get past the second fight in the special circuit, and where like there's Punch Out for the Wii, I can beat that game. I've beaten that game several times. I've gotten the special fight with, spoiler, Donkey Kong.
Oh, wow. You've really gotten the distance in that then.
Well, I did when I was in my 20s. Dating myself here when it came out. But yeah, I love the Punch-Out games. I even played the spin-off, the arcade spin-off, Arm Wrestling, which Bald Bull is a secret wrestler in the arm wrestling game. As Mr. X, and you beat him, it's revealed as Bald Bull. So
I didn't know. I don't think I knew that. I've never played the arm wrestling thing.
Yeah, it's really cool because the original Punch Out came in arcade, and then Super Punch Out came in arcade like the same year, and then they had the arm wrestling game. I don't know if it came out between the two or before, but it was this weird arcade game where you hold the control stick and there's a button, and you have to wiggle back and forth, left and right when it prompts you on the screen, and you have to press a button to basically give yourself power. And if you do it just right, you'll slam their arm down. If you don't do it right, you get your arm slammed down. But it's really cool. It's got different rounds. I think you have to like 2 or 3 rounds in order to go to the next opponent. But yeah, Bald Bull's in there and it goes, Bald Bull, like it's a surprise. And I love that so much. Because Bald Bull, I think he's in like every single game except for Super Punch Out the arcade. I think he's in every single one except for that one.
I think him and Super Macho Man are the ones that have ended up in the most games.
Oh, Super Macho Man! I love Super Macho Man. I don't know why. It just reminds me of that bygone era of like pro wrestling from the '80s.
Oh yeah.
I mean the slick back hair and the bronzer. I mean, I'm not saying I like that stuff. Okay, maybe I like a little bit of professional wrestling, and I'm willing to admit
it's okay to like professional wrestling.
I know.
One's here. I'm not going to judge
I'm not here to.
audience.
I'm not here to accuse anyone of like saying it's bad to like professional wrestling. Just having a little fun. But yeah, Super Macho Man, who's he's the champion for the World Circuit, the third cup, the third circuit. Because some of the fighters are first time in this game, like Gabby J and
a lot of them
Bob
are first
Charlie, Dragon Chan. But some, like Bear Hugger, he first appeared in Super Punch Out the arcade version.
Yep.
Then he appears here for the first time in the minor circuit, the second round in the minor circuit. Which, by the way, Mad Clown in the third circuit, World Circuit, I swear Bear Hugger and Mad Clown are the same person. He just got clown
different outfit. They have a very similar model. It's not too similar how Super Macho Man and Soda Popinski were like the same model back in like I believe one of the arcade games or the NES game were technically
the NES game. I believe so. Yeah.
This game is missing Soda Popinski. Honestly, that's its probably biggest fault.
Yeah, I do miss him.
So I would like to know by circuit, what's your favorite character? What's your favorite opponent?
My favorite character, it's going to be Bear Hugger.
Okay, so that's the minor circuit. But what about my favorite character in minor circuit is Bald Bull. Bald Bull reminds me of my dad for some reason.
Really?
And,
okay.
Like, despite like Bald Bull is from Istanbul, my dad is Sicilian, but it just is similar hair, I guess. And
Okay.
he always reminded me of my father for whatever reason.
Huh.
But like Bald Bull, in every one of his games, he's got the fun knock him down in one punch move,
He
and
does.
it's just beautiful every time, and it feels so good. And there's very little in Punch Out, the series, that's more satisfying than that.
Yeah, because Bald Bull, speaking of his, his charge, he does the thing called the bull charge every time, especially after when he goes down twice. Like for me, anyways, he just wouldn't stop doing his bull charge, so I would just counter him, and he goes down pretty easily, like in one hit. I love that, and I think he does that in Punch Out for NES. I could be wrong. The same thing
He
happens.
does.
Yeah, exactly, and I like that. He's very very consistent. Now, if we were talking about major circuit, my most hated, my most loved challenger is Masked Muscle, because he was like the hard wall I ran into when I played this back in April, like when I was really playing it back in April. Because his spit move that he does, which is really annoying. Because when he spits, you can't really do anything. You just dodge. Is all you can really do.
Mhm. I
Which
was about to say, like, I really like how he spits at you, so I'm glad you covered it first.
oh, it's fun. Yeah, because masked muscle, um, you know, it's fine. And then of course, if you dodge left, I found out though when he spits, if you dodge left every time, it seems to miss. If you dodge to the right, there's like a 50-50 chance that he got me every time. But every time I dodged left, it worked every time. So, which
Perfect.
was really nice. Yeah, and that was I was watching my partner. I'm watching her play it. She got through Mass Muscle really fast. Um, but did you know? I hate to change topics here. Do you still want to go through every circuit? Favorite
I would love to go through every
one?
circuit, but we can listen to your "Did you know?" That would be awesome.
Well, let's we'll go back to that in just a sec. But did you know actually every single boxer you go up against has a way of taking them down very quickly.
Oh, I
Wh-
mean, I come from a background of speedrunning, and I know a few speedrunners of this video game. So yeah, no, I am familiar with the very, 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 very fast fights that this game has or can have.
Yeah, it's weird because you could do like move buffering and everything else, and you can just because I was watching some speedrun videos on because I was trying to get better. I unfortunately I can only pull it off with Gabby J, but I was my partner Madeline. She was looking at tutorials on how to do this, and she's beating them in like seconds. Some of these fighters, which is wild to me. And I'm like, okay. And then I retro achievements is a thing, and they have achievements where if you beat a fighter under like 7 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, or whatever, you get an achievement. And at first, I thought that was impossible because there are ways you can run the game on actual hardware or that you do
Hmm.
retro achievements, which is really cool. But yeah, let's go back to picking our favorite fighters per circuit here. If we're going a world circuit, I mean, I'm gonna have to.
I
Oh,
have
okay,
not.
okay,
I have not levied my opinion yet.
okay. Do your opinion. I'm sorry.
So my major circuit, I want to go each of us. We're both going to lend a character to each circuit.
Okay,
It's going to be great. We're going to love it.
okay.
My favorite character in Major Circuit is Dragon Chan, specifically because he's kind of the first person to like blatantly cheat at boxing. And I know
Mm-hmm.
within the confines of this boxing league,
Mm-hmm.
there are no cheat. Like it is perfectly fine to do the things that he does, but like when he jumps off the top rope and like kicks you in the face, that was so cool. It is my favorite boxing move is kick you in the face.
Yeah, because with kicking, I learned that depending on which corner he kicks from, that's the side that you need to dodge, which is really cool. Or is it the opposite corner you need to dodge?
I think I always just ducked.
You ducked. Ah, okay. I did.
Hoy
Why
Carlo
didn't I
has
think
the
of
kicks like
why?
that though.
Why didn't I think of just ducking?
Ducking was in the NES Punch Out, and I didn't know until after Super Nintendo Punch Out came out. Like
Oh
it just
wow.
never occurred to me. You have to double tap down, and he ducks, and I'm like, wait, this rules. That's such a good move.
Yeah, Dragon Chan's kicks bothered me, but the thing that bothered me more was the healing that he could do, where he does that weird. Was it the healing he could do, where he kind of goes like he phases in and out?
I believe that's his. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing. I'm like, that's not very fair at all. I mean, I can do that when I knock them down, but I
No,
can't do
I'm the
that
player though. I
mid-match.
can cheat, not you.
Yeah. All right. What's your world circuit favorite fighter?
World Circuit's a tough one. World Circuit is a toss up between Aaron Ryan and Super
Mhm.
Macho Man because
Ooh.
Super Macho Man's a classic. He's just the GOAT. He's just
Hmm.
the GOAT. He's so full of himself. He's so amusing. And like he only gets better in Wii Punch Out. Like the Wii game, he's even better. But I think Aaron Ryan, who also just gets better in the Wii game, just because he's like impossible to fight until you do the thing. And I
Hmm.
don't remember what the thing is at this point. Or no, you need to stun him in the middle of a combo, and then he becomes a lot easier. But like he's just funny. I like him.
Okay, good choices. Because I was gonna say it was a tie between Mad Clown and Super Macho Man for me, but Aaron Ryan is definitely there. Kagero, is a good fighter too, but the hair whips and everything else, it's. 'Cause I was trying to play the game again recently in preparation for the podcast here, and I lost the muscle memory from April, and that was only a couple of months ago from recording this podcast. And I already forgotten what to do. I'm like, no, I got to relearn that all over again. Um, but yeah, I like Super Macho Man a lot, as I've stated earlier, because this just his character and his moves. He's got that twirling punch he does, and he's really fun. Um,
Yeah.
Aaron Ryan is not my favorite by any means because he can grab you and steal your health from your
I
gauge, and
love that. I
he
love
replenishes his own.
that.
He's like a vampire.
He is a bit of a okay. So I'm maybe letting the Wii game influence my adoration of Aaron Ryan here, but like he does grab you and he does kind of just drain your life and it becomes his health and it's very good.
That's fair. That's
God,
very
I
fair.
I know we're talking about the Super Nintendo, but Aaron Ryan in the Wii game is just easily one of my. Listen to our future episode when we talk about that game.
Yes, that's gonna happen. I definitely want to do that because he's much. I mean, the Wii game is such a gem of a game. It's a game that I go back to. I hum the theme music all the time to myself, constantly. I catch myself doing it. It's a great game. Anyways, what is your special circuit favorite fighter or fighters if you've got more than one?
Easily Narcissus Prince. Something about Narcissus Prince is just I love his gimmick very much so. Hoy Carlo is just a jerk with a stick. Nick and
Hmm.
Rick Bruiser are just extreme tests of knowing how to play this game.
Yeah.
But Narcissus Prince is just kind of like the joke fun round where you just punch him in the face and he becomes bad at boxing immediately.
Yes. Yes. He's my favorite too. Just because you go for his vanity and he gets mad and he becomes weaker and he can't control his emotions anymore and he becomes an easy target and he's probably one of the easier fighters in the game.
Yeah, he's probably one of the easiest in the game, and that's not even close. Unless you try to fight him without punching him in the face, which you can do, but you would
Yeah,
struggle to hit that 3-minute timer.
that 3 minute timer is a killer. Yeah. Um, but I like charging up the super meter on a lot of these fighters because there's so many different there was like 4 different special moves you can do, like
I
depending
believe so.
how you hold the stick and the button you press for left or right punches or something like that. You can do body blows or face punches in different orders and different speeds and stuff like that. um I've
Yeah,
always liked that,
I
especially
mostly go
on
for the
Narcissus
one big
Prince.
punch, but
Oh, the one big punch. I like
one big
just the
punch.
rapid punches are mine. Those are my favorite because just the sound they make. They go ooh 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 ooh. I love that.
I think I
Just a
needed to use
satisfying
them
sound.
on one of the bruisers, but yeah, no, they're good. Every star punch, nope, they're not star punches in this game.
Nope.
Every of the super KO punches, KO
They're
punch, you
KO punches according to the manual, and other people call them super punches. So
they're all good. They are all
they're
good in
they're
this.
they're really good. Plus, you get every time you use a super punch or a knockout punch, a KO punch, whatever, you get different points, style points, and everything else in the point system when you defeat a boxer, which is really cool. Um,
I never dug
you know,
into the scoring system. That's awesome.
Oh, the scoring system is so cool. That's how you get extra lives because there's lives in this game. Um, that just gives you more tries and everything else. There's no password system here, thankfully, because there's save files. It keeps track of your times, how many attempts you did. Now, something that we haven't mentioned here with the special circuit is the only way to access that special circuit is you need to go and complete the 3 circuits without losing from beginning to end. Because otherwise, you're not going to get access to that special circuit at all.
Yeah, you need to have that, not like a perfect record overall, but you do need to do like the 4 fights in minor in a row without losing, then the 4 fights in major in a row without losing, and then the same for world. And that's a little tougher, especially on your first tries through the game. It is a fun revisit, but also it's really fun to revisit fighters after you've beaten them because now you know their tricks and you can just kind of bully them.
Exactly. It might have taken me, 25, 30 tries to get to the world circuit undefeated all in a row. But I did it, And something that was recently discovered, I mean, I say recently, I don't know how recent it was, but I was watching a video saying there was
A few years
recently,
ago.
a few years ago, you know what I'm going to talk about, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
The 2-player mode or the practice mode or whatever, where you can have one player take over the other boxers and you can just fight your friends and practice all the moves and everything. That's really cool. I haven't done it myself, but it's really cool that's in there because it went unbeknownst to people. No, that's not even the word I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it got discovered in 2022. So
2022. Wow,
it's a
that's
long
recent.
time for this game to be out. Over 20 years. Over 25 years? Like,
Yeah,
before
over
this thing
25
got
years.
discovered? I remember the original stream of it happening, but like, oh god, just some of these opponents apparently, and I've never really looked into it, just become actually impossible to beat if your opponent knows what they're doing in the 2-player mode, which I think is really funny.
Yeah, I want to give it a try. Actually, I really do.
Maybe one of these days we will play this.
Well, I mean, it should theoretically work on the Switch version, right?
I would assume so.
I mean, I could just load it up on the Switch and try here in my house. But if you want to give it a try too, we can just try, maybe on a stream one of these days we can just give it a shot.
Oh, that would be funny.
That would be funny. I'm kind of scared though, to be completely honest. I'm like, oh no, what have I got myself into here?
I want to play as some of these other boxers. I want to play as Narcissus Prince, who I assume is absolutely awful to play as. Or you can play as Mr. Sandman, who I hear becomes actually impossible to beat when a human is controlling it.
And I'm looking at my notes here. It is in fact Glass Joe that beat Nick Bruiser. I had it written down.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was described as a freak accident that happened likely after the events of Super Punch Out, and as Nick's win-loss record is perfect. However, if you make it the leaderboard, you'll see G. Joe listed as one of the names. Yeah. I found a user on a 9-year-old Reddit post claims they read Nick Bruiser suffered from food poisoning, but again, I could not officially confirm this nice piece of trivia.
I read the food poisoning thing too, and I don't know where it came from.
No idea. It's the internet, People sometimes just make things up, but you never know. So, but Rick Bruiser, apparently his only loss was to his brother Nick. According to the game itself, it actually says that he lost to his brother Nick,
who ironically is a lot easier of a fight.
Is it? I've never made it there before.
I thought Nick was much easier than Rick. Rick and Nick look very similar. Rick is very like full of himself and he kind of shows off a bit, but Nick is just straight up and down, like he is going to box you and walk away. And something about Nick's attacks, like you just have to bully him as hard as you can and he can't fight back, really.
That's a shame. I mean, eventually one of these days I'm actually going to hunker down and actually beat Horkolar. Oh, sorry, I'm mispronouncing his name. I'm going to beat him, the old guy. I'm going to beat him with a stick. And I just need to dedicate...
He's got the stick. You won't beat him with the stick. But...
I'll need to dedicate like 3 months of my life to finally beat him, and then I can go after against the Bruiser Brothers.
Look forward to the very first stream on our Twitch channel where Ten is going to stream 3 months straight of fighting Horkolar.
Yes, I'm definitely, seriously, truthfully, totally going to do that.
I
Yeah.
bet you'll do it before you know it.
Uh-huh. Okay. I totally will.
I believe.
Okay.
What? Our chat
Oh,
believes. Everyone out there listening believes.
yeah, I haven't streamed in like 4 years, but sure. um, well, thank you, Kat. That actually the encouragement is something I actually need. Um, so do you have any other final thoughts on Super Punch Out before we move on to the Princess Remedy games?
I wish I had more to say about Super Punch Out, but it is just a kind of a straight up and down boxing game. Not boxing, but like comedy boxing game. It is more of a puzzle game, and like other than talking about the individual fighters and kind of the legacy that this series has, there's not
Mm-hmm.
much more to say about it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we've said what all needs to be said for that game. I
Go
think
play it.
everyone should
Go play
try.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone needs to try this game because it is a fun game. It's incredible. It held up incredibly well over all these years. I mean, gaming conventions have changed over the years. Modern taste, accessibility, and stuff like that. But it holds up really well, and that's why it is on Nintendo Switch Classic, Nintendo Online Classics for Super Nintendo because it's a great game. So if you got Switch, you subscribe to Nintendo Switch Online. Go play it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
Go buy a Super
So
Nintendo. It's right there. Just get it.
go buy Super Nintendo. Go buy a Super Nintendo Classic. I think that's what they were called,
I
right?
believe it is
Mini?
on the SNES Classic. I don't
Yeah, it
know if you
is.
can find SNES Classics anymore.
No, you really can't. I don't think you can, but they're incredibly expensive.
Yeah,
Um,
I bought them when they were new because I didn't want to not be able to get one.
oof, yeah. Okay, well, let's move on to Princess Remedy. I have a little synopsis here of the two games I'm going to read, and then we'll talk about those. So, sudden scene change. Boom. Uh,
Woo!
all right, it is up to Princess Remedy to help the prince and the citizens of Hurtland recover from mysterious illnesses and stop the sudden rise of the boss towers. And these let me try that again. In these bullet hell action RPGs, you'll experience some pretty fun single screen battles and some pretty unique and inventive boss battles. While these games can both be completed under an hour, depending on your difficulty, they can really put your skills to the test. In World of Hurt, Princess Remedy is an already established graduate of the Saturnian. Am I saying that right? Saturnian Healing
Saturnian.
School. Saturnian Healing School.
It's
Thank you.
Saturn.
While in Heap of Trouble, the princess is still in school, so it is a prequel. Both games will take you on a whimsical journey as you traverse different areas of Hurtland, explore every nook and cranny, talk to everyone in need, laugh, and learn to feel what it's like to be a healing princess. So, you got me into these games. This is your fault that I end up loving these games. 'Cause
Good.
these are fantastic games. I can't believe I've never heard of these games before.
They fly under people's radar, and like there's some people out there that are just diehard Ludosity or Remar fans that just know about Princess Remedy, and then there's other people that just like because it's early world of indie games with the Remedy series. So
Yeah.
some people just have never heard of these or just when I streamed it again recently, like a lot of people are like, what is this? This looks amazing.
Yeah, I loved it because I did some research, a little bit of research on it. There's not a whole lot out there. There's a fandom wiki, which fandom is the scourge of wikis, because pop-ups and ads and poorly
Yeah.
ran. But Princess Remedy and A World of Hurt, and Heap of Trouble were both released by Ludosity, right? Is that right? I'm saying that
Ludosity.
Ludosity and Ludosity. With World of Hurt came out in 2014. This is the Steam version, and Heap of Trouble came out in 2016. The game in World of Hurt, according to the Steam listing, was one of their entries in Games Against Ebola Charity Game Jam back in 2014. This version was made after the jam to include multiple save files, more difficulty levels, and Game Pass support. Now, I had a few issues getting my controller to work with both these games, but after restarting the game a couple times, that seemed to fix the issue. I don't know what was going on with it, but it just restarting the game made my controller work.
Yeah, when I started World of Hurt, my controller wasn't working, but I just exited and reopened the game, and that fixed it.
Yeah, it fixed it. So if anyone gets these games or runs them on the Steam Deck like I did, that's if you run into that problem, that's the easy fix. You just restart it, and boom, it works. These games are like an RPG bullet hell adventure game hybrid, if you will.
Yeah, it's so you get dropped into the world, and a lot of people in this world are suffering from something. And when you talk to them, they'll say, like, oh, I'm suffering from being dead. And you heal them. And the healing is represented by a little, like, single screen shooting game of sorts where Remedy is on the screen and she will fire automatically in the direction that she's facing. And you have an action button that can throw a flask. It's like a bomb. And
Mm-hmm.
so you eliminate all the things that are ailing the person. Sometimes it's like being like fire, or it looks like germs, or sometimes very little representations of heartbreak. Like it's, and then you eliminate all that, and then you get out of the battle. You get some flavor of upgrade usually, and then you talk to that person and said, "Oh, I'm alive again. I feel great."
Yeah, I love that because, like so you get the yellow upgrade to your health. There's one that gives you more flasks. Sometimes you get like a regen where you do
Mhm.
attacks and you get some of your health reestablished. Um, what are the other ones? Sometimes you get like your attack upgraded, which
Yeah.
is
So
really
there's
cool.
attack upgrade. There's extra flasks. There's more health overall. There is regenerating health, and I
Hmm.
think there's something I'm missing on there also, but I don't remember what it is off the top of my head.
Well, me being the type of person I am, anytime I review a game for the website I write for, I'll plug that later. I take a lot of screenshots and videos. I try to, anyways, but with a World of Hurt, I couldn't do that with Steam because it just didn't work for. But here's the stats in a Heap of Trouble: Hearts, Power, Multi, Drain, and Ability. And abilities, the flasks and things like that. But Multi Shot is the one we're probably thinking of, where it gives you more spread and bullets you
Yeah.
can shoot. The blue one.
Yep.
Uh,
That's got to be the other one because
that's the
there's
other one.
damage upgrades, but also the thing where you shoot more than one shot.
Yes, and I love those upgrades so much because you feel kind of weak at the beginning. Any good game, there's always going to be, you feel helpless at the beginning, but as you progress, you feel stronger and stronger, and eventually you get this power fantasy, which I always love that in a video game. Um,
And the way
and
it's represented also is really
mhm,
cute, just because Princess Remedy starts firing out band-aids, and then when you get your first damage upgrade, it's little pills, and then after that it's syringes, and then the final upgrade in the first game is like fairy dust of some sort, and then in the
mhm,
second game it goes a step further to just kind of a long-running joke for the Ludosity franchises of little frog faces.
yeah, um, I just adore these games so much because the style. Because some people will look at these screenshots like, oh, this looks so old school, and I like that aesthetic because it reminds me of ZX Spectrum for those who are much older than myself. Because ZX Spectrum kind of came out before my time. Because uh, I was 10 years old the same time you were 10 years old. Just put that in perspective, and ZX Spectrum games and the way this game is, got the black dark background. You've got the simple colors on the characters and the sprites and everything like that. And I just love the aesthetic. It feels old school but modern in some way and timeless. I love that so much because everything, you can tell what everything is. Like the enemies, you can tell what's an enemy. You can tell what's an obstacle on the stage. 'Cause sometimes there's like little walls they have to destroy, little rocks and teeth and all that sorts of stuff you have to destroy. But
Yeah.
it's so good. I've been talking about these games to several other people since I play these games, and I want another one because you were telling me though there's more games that they made that Princess Remedy is actually in, right?
Yeah, Princess Remedy is a staple now around Ludosity. She is a playable character in their platform fighter Slap City. She's represented in two of their possibly three of their card games, but the next one isn't out yet. Card City
Yeah.
Nights 1 and 2, she's represented in some way. Uh, I don't know if she specifically appears in the It'll Do franchise, but
Mm,
she's definitely referenced.
okay.
Because one of the hidden areas in It'll Do 2 is just called Lost Remedy, and it's where you end up fighting that guy, the big potato thing.
Oh yeah, and the big potato guy at the end of the first game, right?
He's in both.
Oh, he's in both.
Yep. He
Right.
is
Okay.
a secret super fight in the second game.
Right. And I never encountered that secret super extra boss because I didn't get there.
That's totally fair.
Yeah, because I played both these games at least a minimum. When I first decided to play these games, I was like, I'm gonna play these games at least a minimum of 3 times each, just because I want to take it all in as much as I can, without overdoing it. So I did World Hurt 3 times on the normal difficulty. I know there's like 3 tiers of difficulties, and normal's like
Yep.
easy. And each time it took me a little bit under an hour for my first playthrough. Well, my first playthrough was under an hour, and I played it on the Steam Deck. With the other 2 times, I played on my PC, and it took about 47, 48 minutes. But Heap of Trouble, I also did 3 times on normal. And that game, though, Heap of Trouble's got so many endings. I know you can technically date anyone at the end, or marry anyone at the end of in a World of Hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first time
Fair.
I didn't know that. I just went with the prince.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay, yeah, no, you can go to anyone you want.
I had no idea because I didn't know what to expect. It was my first time playing it.
Of course.
And then I actively sought out someone else. I don't even remember who it was, the other 2 playthroughs. And then I found out that Fraylin, who I married the first time in Heap of Trouble, was also in the first game.
Yeah.
I
She's
didn't know
off
that.
suffering from heartbreak
Yeah.
because they broke up. She's Princess Remedy's canonical girlfriend.
Oh.
And they kind of like meet and start dating in World of Hurt and then break up between the 2 games. And in Heap of Trouble, she's suffering of heartbreak after their relationship has ended.
Oh, it's sad.
Because she says, like, there's no cure for heartbreak, Remy, but like, you're welcome to try.
Well, now you're gonna make me cry.
So, and Fraylin also appears in Slap City along with a third Saturnian healer named Nuna.
Okay. I'm gonna have to play these other games because I knew they had other titles, but I didn't know there was like a connection between the Princess Remedy cameos and stuff in Slap City. I'm not a huge platform fighter like Smash. I used to play that a lot as a kid, but as I've gotten older, my reaction times have gotten slower and slower. That's just what happens to a lot of people when they get older. And I just lost interest in those type of games. But now I want to play them because I adore Princess Remedy and I would do anything to protect her.
I'm really glad I made you play this game. Well, yeah, you know what? I'm really glad I made you play this game.
Yes, you didn't make me, but you kind of did.
A little bit.
Yeah. But my second playthrough of a Heap of Trouble, I went with the door in PC because I wonder if I can just date this door. And then I dated the door and I realized, oh wait, it just left an opening. I went through the door and there was a path and I got some other stuff, which is really cool. I wanted the flask ability. Is why I went with the door because I really like that ability in a World of Hurt. And then because at the end of Heap of Trouble, there's a rhythm dance game sequence like DDR.
Yeah.
And every single character that you date or marry has their own separate unique song that you dance to.
Yep. Every single really one of them.
And the door one is just door closing sounds. And I love it so much. It's the most absurd thing I've seen in a video game in a long time.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I laughed for a good 5 to 6 minutes after I was done, just giggling at my computer.
The Mimic is another really good one because it's just the remix of the title screen theme, and it's just real good. But my favorite by far is Apathetic Frog, who the rhythm game starts and nothing happens for like 45 seconds, and then one arrow slowly comes up, and then it ends.
Apathetic Frog. Yeah, the first time I ran into Apathetic Frogs, like, I might date you, but then it said the power was nothing.
Yeah, their power is nothing.
And I'm like, I don't want that. No, thank you.
They don't care.
They don't. Yeah, well, I'm glad they're apathetic about it.
There's also Apathetic Jenny, but she also doesn't care.
Oh, I don't remember Apathetic Jenny.
She is in the temple near the frog.
Oh, okay. Game. Okay. Is Apathetic Frog in the first game?
Yes.
I don't remember running in.
Wait, actually, frog. Maybe no.
Okay.
Yes. He's in the black hole overworld.
Okay.
He's just vibing.
So, Kat, there's something I want to talk to you about what you told me on Discord yesterday.
Yes, I was actually going to ask if you went and tried it for the
Oh
time I
yeah.
actually told you the correct game.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Because I didn't trust you.
oh,
Bec- no, it's not that. It's not that I didn't trust you, but no, I just didn't have time. I was too busy preparing for this. No, you told me a little thing to do with the game. You told me it was for In a World of Hurt,
uh-huh.
and I loaded it up. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. This is a really cool secret. I didn't know this, Cat. This is really fun. And I go
Yeah.
through it, and the game's give me tons of warnings. Like, oh wow, you actually tried this out. Are you sure you want to do this? I'm like, what? Why is the game telling me this is a bad choice? It can't be that bad. And I tried a couple times, and yeah, it was a very difficult mode that you put me in.
Yeah,
Why'd you
no,
do
I
this to
accidentally
me?
sent you to the super secret hard difficulty on the first game. The second
Yeah.
game is a fun Easter egg. The first game is just like, yeah, no, it's some people out there will know what really Joel's dad is, but it's really Joel's dad is a thing where like people joke like, oh, I can beat this thing one-handed without jumping or something. Like EG is like, oh,
Oh.
I'm going to beat this boss with one hand without jumping. And so really Joel's dad ends up being a difficulty in a lot of Ludosity games for whatever reason.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense then.
Really Joel being one of the developers at Ludosity.
Oh, okay.
Like actual person. Like really Joel is a real person.
Is there a really,
Oh,
really, 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 really Joel?
I don't think so. Really
Oh.
Joel his Blue Sky profile now just says like mostly just dad now.
Oh, okay. Well,
But the
that's good
second
to know.
game, if you put it in the second game, you get a different game, basically. You still are Remedy. You still
Hmm.
start in the healing school. Except the whole game's in first person. It's only the first area of the game. And you play basically a completely different plot line and do encounters in first person.
Okay, I'm writing this down. After we are done with this, I'm gonna have to do that.
It's like 20 minutes to beat. It's a lot harder just because it's in first person and you die quicker, but
It's
it's a really
fine.
neat.
I
And
could
it's
do
got
that.
a special different ending.
Oh, a different ending. I like that. I like that a lot. Um,
So
yeah, I just
go ahead,
yes.
go ahead.
No, no, yes. What is it?
I was going to ask, who is your
Yes.
favorite character that's not Remedy
My
in
favorite
the first
character?
game? Your
Oh, the
favorite person you healed
first game.
in the first
Oh,
game.
oh, the boss tower.
The
That
final
that that
just
count?
the final boss?
The final boss is so cool. I'm like, okay, some of these bosses have been pretty hard. Okay, like I was
Hmm.
dying a lot my first run, but then the boss tower was like, oh, okay, it's three bosses stacked on top of each other. I'm like, oh, this is hard. I was losing a lot of life. I destroyed the bottom one because I'm like, I'm just gonna go from bottom to top. And destroy the bottom one, destroy the one in the middle, destroy the one on top, and all of a sudden it just moves and there's more bosses. Like, what the heck is going on here? That's so cool. I know other games have done similar things, but I was not expecting it in this game. I know you can't marry the boss tower. It's not somebody you heal, but the boss tower is so cool when I first saw it, and that's my favorite thing in the first game.
And the thing with the boss tower is
Mhm.
when you talk to the person downstairs, it's like, oh, the prince is suffering from all of these things. It lists out a bunch of stuff.
Mhm.
And most of that is represented in the boss tower somewhere.
Oh, I get it now. Okay.
So you're curing a lot of illnesses that are stacked on top of each other.
That's really clever. I never
So
put two and two together.
my favorite character in the
Mhm.
first game, who I can't find on this list, but I know is in this game,
Okay.
is Camilla.
Camilla.
Camilla is a Saturnian healer
Mhm.
who is not good at healing, so she decides she's a rock instead. So you
Oh
find her in a
no.
building with a bunch of rocks, and she's just like, "I'm actually a rock." And you heal her, and she's like, "I guess I'm a person and not a rock." But
Oh.
I support you, Camilla. You can be a rock if you want to. That's awesome. Live your best life.
Yeah, that's totally valid.
One does not have a lot of characters I recognize. Like one has Idle and Tipsy from Idle Do 1 and 2, but
Mm-hmm.
like Apathetic Frog, which is a reoccurring character. Snide, which shows up in the second game. It's like the spider guy.
Oh
But many of the
yeah.
characters from 2 are kind of more fleshed. I would say more fleshed out, but like everyone's got like one line of dialogue.
Yeah, they do. I like how expansive the second game is. How it just expands on everything the first game did, even though it's a prequel, which I like
Yeah,
that. I like the framing of that being a prequel.
which we might have
Um,
glazed over. This first game, not Heap of Trouble, World of Hurt is free. You can just have it. You can just
that's
have
right,
it.
it is free. Yeah, just go to Steam right
It's
now.
just
Pause
on
the
Steam.
episode. Well,
It's
wait, don't pause the episode. Listen to
yeah,
the
no,
episode, then go download the game, play it, and then go to Blue Sky on our account and just like, hey, this is a great game. Thank you for recommending it. You're so awesome. And then be like,
yeah.
we are.
And if you
Um,
really liked it, the second was 20% off on the Steam sale right now.
yes, it is. Their entire catalog's on sale right now, as a matter of fact.
Oh yeah,
But
one does have Duck Lord. Duck Lord shows up again later, but
mm,
and the Jealous Chest, which is a mechanic in both games.
the jealous chest. Let's talk about the jealous chest for just a moment here. The jealous chest kind of upset me because how was I supposed to know?
You
That's
don't.
not
You
fair.
just don't.
That's not fair. That's like playing a game. No, I mean, no. It's like this game. It's like playing this game. You open all these chests. You think, I need these hearts. I need these hearts in order to progress the story and get past these boss gates and everything else. But then there's just a chest. Sorry, you open another chest. I'm not gonna open for you. Too bad. I'm like,
Yeah, no, you opened other
come
chests
on.
before me. Nope, no, thank you.
Can I bribe you with some money? No, I don't take bribes. No, you can't open me. It's just not fair. But it's kind of fair because I gotta respect it.
Yeah, so you basically get to play without upgrades up until you open the chest, and then you can go back and get everything.
Yeah. I have a question though. If you
Yes.
don't open any chests, can you still get enough hearts to make it to the bosses to get to the chest?
Well,
Those chests?
there's only the one boss in the first game, but yeah, no, you can still get to it.
Okay. I'll have to
It's
try.
just healing people is going to be a lot harder because you have to open the gates. So you need the hearts to open the gates, but
Hmm.
the gates the every bit of healing you're going to do is so much more difficult.
Hmm. Okay.
Now the second game, Jealous Chest, is a lot easier because you can get as many upgrades as you want. I'm sorry, I said you can buy stuff. You cannot buy stuff in this game. You can get as many upgrades as you need. You just can't date anybody until
Hmm.
you get to the chest. And once you open the chest, it gives you a damage upgrade, and you can date the chest or you can date anyone you want. But
Okay. That's really cool. I like how there's incentives to do, especially in the second game. There's so many incentives to try out so many different characters. I tried so many different ones because there's over 20 different abilities in the second game to choose from.
Mhm.
And there's like over 60 different endings, which is mind-boggling to me. They
Yeah,
fit in so many endings. I mean, it's because it's just a lot, which I really enjoy. Because
the
I
first
found
game has. Oh, go ahead, go.
no, I found a room that kind of told me. I think that
Yeah.
was the one where I had to date the door and found the little secret room, told me how many endings and
Yep.
how much the final boss HP and everything else. That's why I know this information. I wrote it down. I took a screenshot and then wrote it down for this. But what were you going to say?
I had the number here as well for the first game, but it is like something like 40 to 50 endings or something like
Wow.
that. Because that same thing is in
Hmm.
this first game hidden away also.
Wow. I
That
didn't know
tells
that.
you how many of each thing there are.
This is
And I want
good
to say
game.
it's another like 60 something endings, but I think I'm mistaken on this one.
This is
No, it's
good game
definitely
design.
it's 60 something endings because there's 80 hearts in the game.
Oh, okay. 80
I
hearts.
think
Hmm.
I think you start with 10, you pick up Don't mind me.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, these are great games. Have they? Do you? You probably know more than I do. Are they ever planning on making a third Princess Remedy game?
I don't think so. I would love to see it, but I would be really shocked if a third Princess Remedy game popped up somewhere.
Princess Remedy MMO, maybe. You know?
Oh boy. Well, we've got Reagan out there somewhere listening, maybe. Princess Remedy MMO. You heard it here. You
Make a
gotta...
Kickstarter, and I'll be your very first backer. I guarantee it.
Oh, sure. Why not?
I love these games so much. I want to talk about them forever, but we can't as much as I would love to.
I do have one question for you about the first game.
Yes, I have an answer for you.
Did you marry an empty chest?
No.
You can marry an empty chest. It's very good. I do want to ask you who your favorite character in the second game is before we move on, but
The door.
the door. Okay, Sana, the door.
Mhm.
Okay. That's really simple. Second game's tough one for me. It's hard.
I thought the door was the most attractive character in the entire game.
Okay. That's fair. I like Benny, the skeleton Saturnian healer. I really like the door is the door. The door is fun in its own right. I really like Fraylin. I like Nuna, which is the really stuck-up Saturnian healer. She's great. She's my favorite visual novel dating sim archetype is Nuna. And there's Duck Lord, which shout out to Duck Lord. But there was something else out here that I wanted to mention. Did you find Washaloff?
I did. Okay, so there's a little confusion here. So first time I played the game, I wasn't paying attention a whole lot because this is new to me. So I kept finding signs and things talk about Washaloff. Washaloff this, Washaloff that. I'm like, who the heck is Washaloff? Play the game the second time. There's Washaloff right there at the very beginning.
Yeah, we're talking to each other, and she's just like, I keep seeing these signs about Washaloff, and like there are like 40 different hidden messages about Washaloff in this game. And I'm just like, oh, I think you'll find him the next time you play. Just look around a little.
Oh yeah, I found Washaloff. Yeah,
it's literally
really
the person that's talking to you when you start the game.
And I dated Washaloff for a little bit, and then I'm like, I don't like the ability, so bye. And I found the door instead. I'm like, okay, upgrade.
I really like the final boss of the second game also.
Oh, I do too.
Final boss, but the metonym, the big pink lady, like she's just that boss tower is so good, and like the fake out ending to it is just
the fake out ending. I was like, okay, this is easy, and then it just shows up right at the top.
I
was like, oh no, I'm scared. I was like, I'm not gonna make this. I'm gonna die. I did. Well, I did once, but then I made it a second time. I just gave it a 1-2, and I beat the boss. So,
yeah. I also just want to quickly shout out the town of Misspelled Birds, and that's where I'm gonna go. It's possibly my favorite place in the second game is the town of Misspelled Birds.
Yeah, I have a friend who's big into birds. In fact, she is a bird, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna tell her about this, and I just mentioned birds to her, and she'll be like, "Oh, I gotta play this game." And she's
the
really
whole town
into
of
birds,
and all their names are wrong.
She's really cool, and I think she would appreciate that. So I'm gonna mention this to her. She'll probably listen to this, and she'll be like, "Ten, why didn't you tell me about this?" Well, I'm telling you now, aren't I? Yeah, it's such a fantastic game. I'm gonna play them more because I want to get more endings in these games, and
I think you get that 102%.
I do. Wait. Let's back up here. Okay, so there's not just 100%. There's a 102%.
Yeah, the first game goes to 101. This one goes to 102. The second game goes to 102.
Wow. Okay, I have a new goal planned for myself.
The 101 is in the first game is just get the jealous chest. The second game is the jealous chest plus the final boss.
Okay, I will look into this and do it. But so let's move on to our next thing here. Since we've talked about Super Punch-Out and we've talked about Princess Remedy, the first game and the second game, We actually have something exciting we want to talk about here. We actually have questions from some people who are listeners before we actually have a first episode out. This is something Kat actually did. And if you follow us on Blue Sky or don't follow us on Blue Sky, just go to holdonpod.bluesky.social and just follow us. We're going to be posting updates for the podcast and hopefully some more fun other posts to, just to not just be an account just to promote our podcast. But Kat, did you want to read out these questions and we'll have some answers for them?
Absolutely. I'm definitely on the right page in our Discord to, to read these. Okay, cool. I'm there. So yeah, no, I just kind of had an idea last night. I'm like, what if we had listener questions before we had listeners? That sounds fun. So here we are. And let's just go down the line. We have one, and hold on. I have messaged this person to try to get a pronunciation of their name. And they assured me that no matter what way I say it, it's fine. But that also they kind of clarified it. I think it's Reagan Sluya. Sluya probably. It's one of the developers. It's one of the developers from the Princess Remedy series, and another person that works at one of the people at Ludosity, which honestly is so cool. But their question to us today is, what if these games switch gameplay with each other? Which I think is an awesome question. I'm going to let you go first, but I have stuff to say about it too.
Yeah, if Super Punch Out and the Princess Remedy game switched up, that would be really cool. Oh, because you already mentioned there's a first player secret mode in the second game, or first game, right? The first game?
The second game.
Second game. Okay. So I can imagine Princess Remedy is now in the place of Little Mac, and all the bosses are now your opponents that you have to learn different patterns to, but this time you're shooting the band-aids and the hearts and everything else and the needles, and you've got to dodge their attacks. You got to weave and bob. Or if it's in the vice versa, with you got Lil Mac and the boxers in the Princess Remedy world, they've got their own special attacks, like Gabby J will be throwing, I don't know, boxing gloves or something like you, or Piston Hurricane will have like giant boxing gloves that spin around really fast, like in tornadoes or something in different patterns. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, and like I feel these games are uniquely positioned to swap genres and be perfectly fine. Because I can see, like, you talk to somebody in a town and it's like the person, Camilla, who thinks that they're a rock. And then you fight some sort of, like, you box as Princess Remedy, you box some sort of rock demon. And then you finish the fight and they're like, oh, I'm fine. And then just up Little Mac firing boxing gloves, when like you progressively, as you get upgrades, you put like weight into the gloves or something and start to cheat. Well, Little Mac would never cheat. Little Mac cheats a little, but
a little bit.
I feel like since it's like, I'm saying like so much, sorry chat. Since these games are so similar, of character interacts with one other character, a battle ensues, and then there's a resolution. It's exactly the same formula. So like Little Mac boxes person X, or Princess Remedy fist fights someone's illnesses, and they would just be so perfectly slotted into each other.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no. I think we could swap these and that would be great. So someone out there, make a sprite hack. Let's go.
Do it. Make a Kickstarter. I'll be your first backer.
So our next question from Scout Pilgrim, they ask, if you could choose any Punch-Out fighter to protect you from the rest of the cast, who would it be? I closed my list of Punch-Out fighters, so I'm gonna let you answer first.
Sure. Let me bring up my list here. I have them in ranked order. I'd be Mass Muscle. Because he was my first hurdle to deal with the game. He's got the spitting. He's really fast. He's big. He's tough. You don't know what his identity is. He'd be the one I wanted to protect for the rest of my life. If I could choose that, yeah.
I would like Super Macho Man to protect me forever. He is such a jerk. I love him so much. He is the worst. His ego is out of control. Super Macho Man will do spinning punches to any problems that assail me. Although I do hear in the 2-player mode, I think Mr. Sandman is the one that's actually impossible to beat if the opponent knows how to
Ooh.
play them.
Yeah, Mr. Sandman with his little feet and his little dance that he does. I like that.
All right. And one final question from Domina Ludorum. Is there an old genre of game you would like to see have a revival boom? And they go to add, as a bit of a guilty pleasure, but I would like to see more child-rearing sims, especially those from Wonder Project J and J2. I want more rebellious but endearing daughters in my life. I kind of agree with the raising sim, honestly. Like I played Wonder Project J a while back, and that game was amazing. And
Oh,
I
it's so
want
good.
more things like that. And granted, the what's the princess game series?
I'm
Sorry,
not sure. It's
Princess
okay.
Maker. Princess Maker
Oh
has
yeah,
got
yeah, yeah,
games
yeah,
coming out
yeah.
still. There's stuff like wow, what is the name of that game? I'm sorry, I'm on the spot and I can't remember the name of the video game. Oh, yep, come
It's
back to me.
okay.
But that genre exists, and there's people making games in that series. Long Live the Queen is what I was trying to think of.
Okay.
Long Live the Queen is kind of a game like that, but also like they have a new game that came out recently, Galaxy Princess Orana, which kind of works the same way. But I hate to give the boring answer and say I want more Raising Sims, but I think like the Raising Sim has a good opportunity to come back and make something really interesting or different. And that would be very, very cool.
I think it would be cool because I remember watching you play Wonder Project J on your stream, and I thought this was a fascinating game. And I saw screenshots of the sequel, J2, and I want to play these games. But if I had answered the question about an old genre of game that I'd like to see have a revival boom, I don't. This is kind of a loose interpretation of the question, but I want the old genre of games of licensed movie tie-in games to come back. Like I'm talking Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves for NES, the Batman game, uh, Alien 3 for Super Nintendo and Genesis. I love those games so much. And I know there's been a new Terminator 2 game here or there, an Alien game here or there, but those don't count. I want those poorly made movie tie-in games like the terrible Back to the Future 2 and 3 by LJN Software in the 90s. I want those awful, awful, awful movie tie-in games because they were so fun, despite the fact I could never get very far in them, but they always had really good music. RIP, one of the Fallen Brothers. But that's what I want. I want those games to come back and have a boom.
Do you want to hear something really funny?
What's up?
You stole my backup answer. You stole my runner-up answer completely. No, that's okay, because I said the other thing. I would just felt so bad if I'm like, yeah, I want Super Star Wars, but for the 1, 2, 3. Like, I want Super the Phantom Menace. I want that. Like, bring back those poorly made licensed platformers. Bring back the Blues Brothers game for the Super Nintendo and make it about something new. Oh, I miss those little, like, here's a video game that has almost nothing to do with the movie it's about, but we had to make 7 levels in a boss fight. Like, oh, I miss that
Give me
stuff.
a Home Alone 3 tie-in movie, for a terrible movie with a terrible video game. That'd be great.
I love that Home Alone game. But yes, no, that's exactly what I want. More low budget platformers or video games based on licensed properties that barely resemble the property that they're from. Wayne's World.
Yes.
Wayne's World Super Nintendo is another good example.
Oh yes, yes.
That is not a good video game. There need to be more like it.
I had a friend rent that from Blockbuster back when Blockbuster was still a thing. If you don't know what that is, look it up. And yeah, it was not a good game. I think my friend and I played it for like 5 minutes, and we just put that thing down.
Perfect video game. People should play it.
Okay. Do we have any more questions?
That's it. And, hopefully next time there will be more because,
Absolutely.
someone will have listened to this podcast.
Yes.
And, we're going to, I think in future episodes, we'll be able to announce what games we're going to cover next month, but we didn't think of that yet.
We didn't think of that yet, but we will. And don't be scared to ask us more questions, and we will be. This episode's kind of a rough start because this is new and there's a lot of work going involved into it, but we're gonna discuss our future plans to take over. Put out more episodes. And but
You
yeah,
told me
I
we were
think
taking over the world. Hold on, wait, what?
I didn't say anything. You heard nothing. So I think that's going to be it for today. Unless you have anything else you want to say, Kat.
I think these games are great and people should play them, but I'm going to keep saying that until you cut me off.
Okay.
But don't cut me
Well,
off.
okay. Well, I'm going to cut you off this time because
Okay.
our time. Okay. Oh my goodness, that's funny. All right. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. You can follow our Blue Sky page for updates, and like I said, it's at holdonpod.bluesky.social. There will be links to both of our personal accounts on that page. Last thing I want to say is we will have some outro music here, and we'd like to thank both Laura Platt and Ro Panagati for their lovely work on the song Aurora, which, just like the song we used in our intro music, there will be a link in the description. We are grateful to these talented artists for allowing us to use their music on this podcast. But as things must end, I do want to thank you again, and we all hope you have a wonderful day.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Take care. Bye-bye.
So long.